Okay, so I'm going to show you a couple problems on how to do the constructions. So, for example, if I want to construct a triangle here, the first thing that I would do is take some sort of straight edge. So I'm going to grab that now. Again, I'm going to use side of another piece of paper, but you can use whatever straight edge you want. So if I want to construct a triangle and it doesn't give you any sort of straight edge, you can always create your own first. Okay, and I'm going to call this point X. All right, now I'm going to start with A and I'm going to copy this here, figure out my length, and then I'm going to go here. Okay, and then I'm going to take the length, copy the length, and I'm going to copy it here. In this case, maybe should have made it a little bit smaller. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this one, copy the length, find my intersection, and then I'm going to use my straight edge to copy the sides. So I have this one here and this one here. So then when I'm doing this, I have X, Y, and Z. So then this was congruent to this piece was congruent to this one, and then 1, 2, 3 was congruent to 1, 2, 3. So out of the straight lines, A, B, and C, which are congruent to straight lines X, Y, Y, Z, and Z, X, the triangle X, Y, Z has been constructed. There we go. So if I want to construct this and it says base DF is equal to base AB, so then I need to connect D to AB. So I'm going to figure out this length right here and copy it over onto this side and call this point F. All right. And then FG has to be equal to BC. So that means I need to start at F and copy this segment as well. So I extend this out, figure out my length. And then I'm going to go over here, draw this. And then I'm going to make AC equal to DG. So D needs to go through here, similar to CA. So I'm going to figure out this length, copy it onto D, draw the intersection, and then use my straight edge. Hopefully for you, it is a ruler to connect this point with this point. And I get DGF. All right, hopefully that was helpful on how to construct a triangle. Now, again, there's more practice. Do all the practice that you would like. And now I'm going to copy an angle. So let's say that I want to copy, and if I'm talking about the difference of the two, let's say I want to copy it onto this line here. And I just want to copy the angle right now. I know it says difference of two angles. I'm just going to focus on actually copying the angle. The first thing you're going to do is I'm going to give some sort of radius. I'm going to keep that radius. I'm going to go down to the line, give the same radius. Okay, so I've given the same radius with some length. And then I'm going to go back up and figure out what the length of this was. So that I'm going to copy this, copy it here. And then at the same point, I'm going to go here, draw that intersection, and then copy it. Use my straight edge, extend it some length. And then I'll name this A, X, Y, Z. And that's how I would copy it. Now, if I want the sum of two angles, maybe I do it here. Yeah, actually, I'm just going to redo this one. So if I want the sum of two angles, it's the same thing. I'm going to figure out some length. Do some radius. Now I've already copied on here, so we can just ignore this for now, but maybe it'll be helpful. So HGP is the angle I want. So I'm going to choose some radius. Maybe we make it here and copy that onto every single one of these. Okay. And now I'm going to start the same way I always do. So maybe I do the bigger one first. I'm going to look up this distance. It's about there. I'm going to go down here, arc it. And there's my intersection point. And then I'm going to figure out this distance and basically copy it on again. Like we're assuming that this right here is now our base. So I'm going to put that here, copy it. And then what you would do is use your straight edge to connect here. And that's how I would construct the sum of two. Now, if I want the difference, similarly, let me erase the angle that I drew for you before. Similarly, I would pick some radius, doesn't matter what radius it is. So I have some radius here. I'll maybe make it a little bit bigger than the last one. So radius, make some radius here, and then make some radius here. Okay. And then I'm going to look at the distance. So here I'm going to do the bigger one first. So I start at that point and then I look at the length. So I start at this point and look at the length. So I'm going to arc it. It's a little bit bigger than before, but I would do that. So to see that, I copy the bigger one, put it here. And since I want the difference, I need to subtract this angle out from the big one. So I'm just going to subtract it here. So if I were doing this in real time, I would draw my, I would draw my line with my straight edge. And then I'm going to figure out the distance of this guy. So I'm going to take the distance here, go down, put it on this base because I want to subtract them. And then I'm going to arc it. So then PGI, this angle right here, is going to be my required angle. And that's how I would copy angles, sum and difference of angles, and then construct the triangle. And that's it.